Hello, beautiful souls, and thanks so much for tuning in. I am Astar, and welcome to 𝑓. And for this reading, I have set up this beautiful little altar to represent one of the three fates. And actually, I'm not only going to be talking about the three fates, but actually, I'm going to be tuning into the cosmic energy that the three fates represent. And this is exactly where HEKATE comes in. So the three fates, they resonate with the color white, red, and black, just as you can see here. And the fates, they actually appear in many mythologies. It's not only in Norse mythology, where they are known as the Norns, but they also appear in Greek mythology, where they are known as the Moirai. But they also appear in many other mythologies, in many other folklore stories. Also the Slavs, they have stories about the fates, even if they talk about them in a different way, it's always talking about the three aspects of the goddess. And that's exactly what HEKATE is. So HEKATE is the embodiment of the triple goddess. And when we talk about the triple goddess, we obviously talk about the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And these are the three aspects how the divine feminine energy can express itself. So HEKATE, that's like the mother of divine feminine energy. But HEKATE is more so connected with the underworld. And that's why most people see or think of HEKATE as being the dark goddess or connected to the shadow and the unconscious, the underworld. But actually HEKATE is not like it. Of course she is a dark goddess, but not a dark goddess in the sense of something evil. She is the dark goddess because she is almost like Prakriti. In the Indian tradition, in the Vedic tradition, it's actually the Samkhya cosmology, the Samkhya philosophy. They say that everything comes from Prakriti. Everything that is in nature, everything that has form, comes from Prakriti. And that Prakriti resonates with HEKATE. Because if we look at the word HEKATE, it's actually made up of the three letters HKT, HAKT. And that's actually what creates the word action. Akt, hakt, shakt. Shakti, that's the divine feminine energy. And that Shakti, that HEKATE, can express herself in these three forms. So when we really look closely at the three forms of the triple goddess, with the maiden, the mother, and the crone, it's the three aspects of HEKATE. The first aspect, the maiden, is the energy of a new birth, a new beginning. And that's why the maiden resonates with the color white. It's about purity, it's about new beginnings, again, the birth of a new cycle, the birth of also new life. That's why the maiden is often invoked when there is the birth of a new child. Or we can also invoke the maiden, the goddess of the maiden, the aspect of the maiden, the first aspect of HEKATE, when we are starting a new project, or when a new child comes in this earth plane, we can ask for blessings from the maiden. And the second aspect, that's the mother. That's actually the energy that then sustains the life. The maiden is the energy that allows life to be born in the first place. It's the energy that allows new life to emerge. And once this life has emerged, then the mother comes in, and this is the sustaining energy. The energy that allows this life to, it's the sustaining aspect of the divine feminine energy. It allows life to flourish. And that's why red is also the color of abundance. Red is the color of also of blood, like blood allows us to live. Without blood we would not be able to live, but it's also connected to love and passion and activity. And then the color black resonates with the energy of death. That's the energy of decay, the energy of life then ending. And we have to think of it as the beginning, the middle, and the end. But it also resonates with past, present, and future. And this is very interesting because in the Norse mythology, the three fates, they are known as the Norns. And the first one is known as Urt, Urder, or Vrt. The second one is known as Verandi. And the third one is known as Skuld. And this is very, very interesting because the root of the word Urt or Wirt means werden. In German, werden means to become. Urt or Wirt means to become something. And it's very interesting because in Norse mythology, the three fates are the ones who are weaving the web of Wirt. And this web is the web of creation, the matrix basically. So all of nature, everything that is in creation, is made up of these three aspects. And the three fates, the three Norns, they are the divine feminine energy then weaving this web. But now comes a clue, and this is where it gets really interesting. Like when I researched about this, I was like, oh my goodness, this is like game changer and I have to share this. What came up? I researched the name of the Moirai, so the name of the fates in the Greek mythology, and their names are Clotho, Lachesis, and Astrope. And the thing is, if we really look closely at the names, Clotho resonates also with the word of cloth, and that's basically the one who is weaving the cloth. And this is where we connect back to the name of Urt or Wirt, because she is the one who is using the spirit energy to then create the threads of life, to then weave the tapestry of life. So that's why the first aspect, the white mother, the maiden, is connected with the word clotho, because she's like weaving the cloth. But when we look at the second one, the mother, the name is Lachesis. And the name Lachesis, the first part, Lak, is actually the same Lak as Lakshmi. And this is so beautiful because we see how all the ancient languages and all the ancient traditions, they are actually connected. Because the three fates, they appear in all the traditions. It's just that they have different names. And again, coming back to Lakshmi, the Lak of Lakshmi and the Lak of Lachesis, that means lot, or the allotment of life force energy, the one who measures our life, like she measures how much lot of life force we are receiving. And then Astrope, she is the one who then cuts the thread of life. The first one, the maiden, she is weaving the thread from the spirit energy that is like the clouds. And there is also a story in the Norse mythology about Freya, that she is the one who is weaving the clouds into the thread of life. So she is the one who births everything. And then Lakshmi or Lachesis, or the mother, is the one who then measures the length of that thread. She's measuring the length of our life. And then Astrope, the last one, she's the one who cuts the thread of life. And she's then the one who decides when we will die. And all of this has already been decided before we even incarnate. So the moment of our death is already written in the stars, written by the fates. The length of our life and our karmic lessons is already written, and also the circumstances in which we are born in. The fates, they decide they decide our fate basically, but our destiny. Like they are writing our life story. And the three aspects, they are the ones who are then responsible for allowing this plan to then unfold. They are responsible to make sure that everything is working out as planned by the universe. And that's why the fates, they are actually they are helping us understand the workings of the universe. And if we go even deeper into the meaning of the goddess, these three aspects, they actually resonate with the three gunas. So in the Vedic philosophy, in the Vedic tradition, we talk about the three gunas, and these are the three aspects of expression, the three aspects of activity. So everything that is in creation, everything that has form, everything that we can see, expresses itself in these three forms of expression. The first one is sattva, sattva guna. And sattva resonates with the color white because, again, it's this energy of purity, of calm, of peace, of harmony. It resonates with spring and the morning, so the beginning of new life, but it's this very soothing energy, this very peaceful energy. And then when we look at Rajogun, Rajas is the energy of activity. It's the energy of heat and spicy and passion and also rage and like an intensity of emotion, an intensity of activity. So this is the most balanced one, the most peaceful one, the most, it's really actually the one that is in the middle, the one that is, let's say, the balancing force. Rajas is the activity, and tamas is the opposite, which is decay, it's death. It's actually, this is the energy that allows a rotten fruit to rot, or this is the energy that allows a body to decompose. But this is also the energy of the night, or the energy of the sunset, of life ending, a cycle ending. And all the three modes, they have to be there. And all the three modes are always present. So for example, when we meditate and when we are super peaceful and blissful, then we embody the energy of sattva, the energy of sattva guna, where yes, we are harmonious and peaceful. Then when we are jogging, or I don't know, making love with our lover, or when we are having a heated argument, or when there is a lot of motion, passion and activity, then it resonates with the color red and Rajoguna. And then when we look at this energy, this is the energy that we are in when we feel depressed, for example, or when we are sick also, for example, or when things are more quiet. It's this energy of inertia, the energy of things, decaying basically. But again, all the three forms are always present because there cannot be decay if there is no birth, or there cannot be birth without death, or there cannot be life without the other aspects. So all the aspects, they are always present, but of course they show up in different degrees. And this can be the same for all the other things. Food, for example, can be sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. The same goes for music, for example. When we listen to music, what is the frequency that we are, how are we feeling when we listen to this music? When we, for example, when we listen to like heavy metal music or very sad music, then this resonates with tamas. When we listen to healing frequencies or meditation music, then it's more sattvic music. And when we listen to Latino music and dance music, it's more rajas. So Hekate is actually coming through to let us know that she is present in everything. And Hekate, now coming back to her, she is almost the mother uniting all three. Because in the mythologies, Hekate appears as a goddess with three faces, and these are the three faces of Hekate. the three ways how she appears, how creation appears, how Shakti appears, how life force appears. And again, coming back to the name, Akt, Hakt, Shakt. Act, that's the act of action. And everything that is action is motion. And everything that is motion is creation. So there is no creation without action. There is no creation without the Shakti. There is no creation without the life force energy. And again, this life force energy can appear in these three forms. And now I'm actually feeling called to pull some cards to see what the three fates or the three Norns or the three Moirai specifically have to say, or also the three Rajas, Tamas and Sattva, the three Gunas. And I always love to see how all the traditions are connected. So it doesn't really matter if we look at them as the three Norns or the three fates or the three Moirai or the three Gunas. It is the same thing. And also, okay, now coming back to the three aspects of the goddess, this also resonates with the Hinduism, like the goddess of Hinduism, where the first one resonates with Saraswati, the second one, as I already mentioned, is Lakshmi, and the third one is Kali. But this Kali, for example, also resonates with the energy of Sekhmet, again, the mother, the divine feminine energy that destroys. And Saraswati is the divine feminine energy that inspires. She inspires art. She inspires new creation, also music and arts and beauty. But also Lakshmi then represents this energy of abundance, of an abundant life, or a life full of happiness and of pleasure, or a long life full of prosperity. And then depending on what it is that we want to invite in our life, we can then connect with the different goddesses. And it doesn't matter which filter we use. It doesn't matter how we look at them. So we can pray to Kali, or we can pray to Sekhmet, and here we can pray to Lakshmi or Lachesis. It doesn't matter. However you connect with the energy, with divine feminine energy, this is how you want to invite her. So, for example, she also resonates with Isis, and she resonates with Hathor, and she is more Sekhmet. And then again, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Kali, or other aspects. And the thing is, the more we understand this energy, the more we understand how actually all these traditions are interwoven and interconnected, the more we understand the whole workings of the universe and also our life, and to see how everything is interwoven and interconnected. This is what the fates are helping us. They are helping us see how everything is interconnected, but also helping us understand, yes, why certain things happen in our life, or like how one event is connected to another event, and how everything is, the web, how everything is interwoven with the web. So yes, let's see what they have to say, if there is any specific message from each of the three fates, the three Norns. Let's see, messages from Hekate. What does Hekate want us to know? Okay, here we have them already. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay. Then we have the Six of Cups. And we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, that's very interesting. So with the Wheel of Fortune, this is definitely talking about the wheel of karma. It's talking about the wheel of Vrt. It's actually, oh, okay, now it comes through. So coming back to the name, the Norse mythology name of the first aspect, the maiden, is Urt or Virt. And that's actually the wheel of creation, the wheel of the Maya, the wheel of everything that is nature, that is form, that is the universe. And this is very closely connected to the Vedic Rta, because in the Vedic tradition, the Rta, that's actually, it's very closely resonating also with Ma'at. This is like the cosmic laws. The triple goddess is making sure that everything in the universe is running smoothly, that everything, that all the parts, all the components, they are working together perfectly, like a big orchestra, like that everything is in harmony. And again, the Norse Virt or the Vedic Rta is also in the Avestan tradition, in Zoroastrianism, the Asha. So that's basically almost like a code of conduct, or I don't want to say a moral code, but it is like, it's almost, yeah, Rita and Ma'at, they are making sure that everything stays in line with the laws of the universe. And then again, if we go against the laws of the universe, then it's almost like Lakshmi coming in, or the mother coming in, to then give or take life force energy, or give or take pleasure. So let's say if we work in alignment with Rta, with Rotas, that's actually the Rota is the name for wheel. And with the wheel of fortune, if we also look at the word fortune, that also comes from Rota. Rta, Rota, Rotas, Fortuna, Forta, that's actually the word for the wheel of life, the wheel of creation. And again, the wheel is always turning. And we want to turn with the wheel. We want to work not against the laws of Ma'at, not against the laws of nature, but with the laws of nature. But then again, if we don't follow, let's say, our soul's mission, or if we go against the laws of the universe, then the mother comes in to either give or take life force energy, or it's almost like a giving or taking pleasure, or it's almost like when we work in alignment with our soul's purpose, she is then giving us abundance, prosperity, and joy. But if we work against the laws of the universe, creating destruction, or yes, acting out of greed or jealousy or the lower vibrational energies, then she is not opening up her treasure, and she is not giving us the bliss and the abundance and the prosperity of life. So Lakshmi and the mother is only opening her gates if we work on behalf of the universe, if we are in alignment with our soul. Because obviously, how can we be happy and abundant if we are not working in alignment with our soul? This means that we are completely going against our nature, and then we can never really experience abundance. So in order to experience the abundance of Lakshmi, of the mother, we are wanting to work with the laws of the universe. We are wanting to turn with the wheel of fortune. And then fortune is on our side. And then we feel that everything is much smoother. And with the 10 of Wands, looking at this energy, it's actually, we can invoke Sekhmet or Kali or the Dark Mother exactly when we feel this energy of the 10 of Wands. This is the energy where we feel an overwhelm of energies or an overwhelm of tasks, or it's almost death comes in to almost help us get rid of everything that is excess, an excess of life force or an excess of tasks at hand. It's very much coming through to bring in more ease and to allow us to have another experience without things piling up. Like imagine if we would continue to live forever, then would we be able to, I don't know, to remember everything that we have experienced? If we would live for 1,000 years, then it's almost too much to handle. Like it's not possible to have it all. Maybe it is, maybe it was, yeah, if we would be living as spirit beings and we would not have a physical body, then it would work. But since we have a physical body, death has to come in. Because imagine if there would be no death, then we would be, let's say, trapped in physicality forever. Imagine we would never die and we would stay in this realm forever. Oh my goodness, I wouldn't want to be very honest. Like, be immortal in the physical realm, that's definitely not the case. But that's precisely why we want to also invite death, because death is actually a blessing. It's not something to be scared of, because death allows us to transform and to continue. And then obviously, depending on our soul's journey, on how much depth we have, we are then either being reborn in the physical realm, or we are then transformed and transmuted and transcending into another realm. But then again, this is only possible with death. So the Dark Mother is actually super, nothing to be scared of. Like, we want to connect with the Divine Mother. We want to connect with that energy. And then if we take it even further, we can even look into the three realms of creation. And this is very much resonating in the Egyptian tradition. We talk about it as being the Ka, the Ba, and the Kat. So the Ka is the spirit energy, the Ba is the soul, and the Kat is the body. And this very much resonates with the three alchemical principles, where the soul resonates with sulfur. Sulfur is again the energy of activity, the energy that allows the soul to have an experience. The soul is connected with fire. Sulfur is fire, heat, and activity that allows the soul to have an experience. And the Ka resonates with the energy of spirit, the energy of Mercury, because Mercury is actually the energy that connects the two aspects. Because if we think of this as life or birth, and this as the end, this is the alpha, this is the omega, and the white one is the middle part that is balancing out the beginning and the end. So the beginning and the end, and the balancing one in the middle. And Mercury is the principle that connects the two other aspects. Because if we look at the third aspect, which is salt, salt resonates with the body. It's everything that has form, everything that has shape, and everything that actually is destined to die. Because everything that is physical needs to die. Because otherwise we will never be able to then get back to our spiritual essence. So there is life. We start life with the alpha in the sense of the birthing canal that allows us to have the experience of our soul resonating with sulfur. But then with the salt, everything has to die, everything has to decay, everything has to end in order so that we can go beyond the alpha and the omega, so that we can go beyond creation, beyond the beginning and the end. And this is where the maiden comes in. The maiden is still in creation. It's also the energy of a new beginning, but it's also the energy of being super connected with our spiritual self. And that's why this energy also resonates with Isis. The goddess Isis is the goddess that is helping us connect with our spiritual self through intuitional wisdom, through helping us see the threads of life, helping us connect the threads of life. And this very much resonates with the Ka, the spirit energy, the realm, the causal realm actually. And this is very beautiful because that's where the story of the causal realm comes in. Isis very much resonates with Freya. And again, I've mentioned it before, in Norse mythology, Freya is weaving the clouds. And it's actually so beautiful because I had a conversation with Colleen just the other day, and she told me she was visiting the causal realm, and her experience of being there was almost like this fluffy cloud. And I was like, oh my god, it makes so much sense, because in Norse mythology they talk about the causal realm as being like this fluffy cloud, like a colored cloud. And in Norse mythology, Freya is the one who is weaving, or she is with her distaff, with her spindle, she is taking, let's say, the clouds, the cotton, and she is then creating the thread of life. But she is almost like the portal that allows this spirit energy, these colored clouds, which is almost like the causal realm is potential. It's not shaped. It doesn't have form, and that's why it appears like a colored cloud, like a something that is not defined, something that has not a really set form. But she then takes these clouds through her this stuff and then weaves the thread, and the thread is then what allows the cloth to be woven. And the cloth is then that which is clothing the causal energy into a fabric of a tapestry of life that is then visible, that we can experience and see. So Isis, or the maiden, is also the energy of a new birth, a new beginning, but it's a bit different from the mother, because both are mothers, both Isis and Hathor are mothers, but the energy is a little bit different. Because when we look at this energy, this is the energy of the soul, this is the energy of creation once it's there, this is the energy of the cloth once it's experienced, once it's already woven. It's almost the soul experiencing the tapestry, the soul experiencing the web. And then when she comes in, she cuts the web, or like she almost dismantles it again so it can return back to its essence. And funnily enough, this is connected with our three bodies. This is the physical body, this is the astral body, and this is the causal body. Because the physical body has to die. There is no other way, like otherwise creation would not be possible. Everything in the physical realm has to die and decay. Even rocks and mountains and diamonds, they will decay sooner or later. Everything that has form is bound to go back to formlessness, because everything comes from formlessness. The form in itself is only an illusion. And this is why Hecate is the Dark Mother, because it's the illusion of the Maya, the illusion of creation. But then if we look at the astral body is very much connected with all the aspects of our soul. And that's why it resonates with soul, for our soul, like it's the myriad of experience, like the whole spectrum of experience, all the lives that we experience. That's also part of, in the sense, the astral realm, because when we dream, for example, we connect with our soul on a deeper level. And in the astral realm, when we dream, when we have meditation, when we go into the astral realm, either in dreams or in meditation, we can then visit past lives or parallel lives. And that's why the astral realm also resonates with this energy, because it's helping us understand the wisdom of our soul, like the history of our soul. And then looking at this with the causal body, the causal realm, the causal body is almost our essence that is beyond creation. It's the essence that is, once we have gone through the whole incarnational cycle, once we have gone through all that we needed to experience within the tapestry of life, then we go back into, let's say, the causal realm, and our causal body is almost the essence of our soul, but the untouched essence of our soul. And this is very much where we come from. And it's precisely through the wisdom of Isis, the wisdom of Freya, that we connect with our essence that is beyond form. And it's very beautiful, because I also put this little milk bottle here, and the web, the strings, the threads of life, this is actually milk. Because in many other, especially shamanic traditions, there is also a story of the goddess Isit, which is from Siberian shamanism, and she very much resonates with the maiden, or with Isis. And in her story, she is the maiden in heaven who gives milk to the humans. And milk, that's life force energy. Milk is the web of the thread of life, the string of life. And milk is that which provides nourishment. Milk is that which provides us the energy that we need in order to take action. And again, Shakti, action, is the energy that we need to create. It's the creative life force. And that's why also looking at this aspect, this is also connected with Hathor. So Lakshmi also resonates with the sacred cow, the cosmic cow. Oh, and now it all comes full circle. Okay, the cow, if we look at the word cow, Ka comes from the cow. Ka, the spirit energy that first is a cloud in the causal realm, and then being woven into a thread, and then woven into a tapestry. That is basically the Ka, the spirit energy of creation. But Ka and cow is the same, and that is cause, the causal realm, the realm of cause, the realm of the invisible realm of cause. But that's also chaos. So Ka, cow, cows, cacao, cows, causal realm, it's all connected. So basically, from the causal realm, we emerge as a soul having an experience, and then we go even deeper into density when we have then a physical body, and then the physical body dies and we return back to our spiritual essence. But then again, looking at the cosmic cow, the nourishing cow, she is the one who provides humans with this life force energy. She is also in a story known as the Kamadenu, the wish fulfilling cow. But the cow in the sense of not the cow, the animal, but the cow, the Ka, the spirit energy. So she provides us with Ka. And we need Ka in order to create. And that's why the Egyptian tradition, the Egyptian magical tradition, is called Heka. And the word Heka means using the Ka, using the spirit energy, using the cow, using the milk in order to create, in order to manifest something, to create something. And with the Six of Cups, it's very much talking about with the number 6, I'm being taken to six hex. Hex is hexagon. Hex is like it's the three aspects actually, but almost doubled in the sense of the marriage between the heavenly perspective and the earthly perspective. And that's why when we talk about hexes, for example, it's very much connected with the number 6, because number 6 is the divine expression. Like, it's also not by chance that, for example, when water freezes, it has the geometry of a hexagon. It has the geometry of, for example, if we look at a snowflake, it has always the shape of 6, like the geometry of 6. And the number 6 is how life basically unfolds. The number 6 is how creation unfolds in a way. But funnily enough, it's, let's say, the 6 corners of the hexagon and the number 7 in the middle. And the number 7 in the middle is then the truth which transcends all. The number 7 is then going beyond creation, back to the spiritual truth. And that's why the number 7, opening our crown chakra, activating the number 7 within us, is then what allows us to have a spiritual enlightenment, because we go beyond the number 6 that is creation, 6 that is sex, sexual energy in creation. And then the number 7 is the transcending of that, almost transcending the wheel of fortune whilst still being in the wheel of fortune. Because obviously after the number 7 there is the number 8 and the number 9. Number 8 is more this energy of Kali, the energy of the Dark Mother, and the number 9 is then the absolute. It's like it's almost like the illusion and the creation at the same time. But so Hecate definitely had a lot to say. So I'm gonna pull 3 cards, one for each, and then let's see. Okay. We have the 3 of Scepters. Then we have the Queen of Scepters. Okay. And we have Justice. Okay. That's very interesting, because I feel with the 3, again, it's talking about the 3 aspects: past, present, future, Rajas, Tamas, Sattva, Maiden, Mother, Crone. And again, once we know about these aspects, once we have an understanding about what these energies mean, then we can become the Queen of Scepters. Then we can become the master over energy, the master over the divine feminine energy. And this is when we become magicians, when we understand that with our actions we are using the ka, the spirit energy, to create. Then we are really the sovereigns of this realm. And that's why she is holding the scepter with the pine cone, and all the rays are like shining out of her head, the golden crown. This is actually the mastery over death, the mastery over all the aspects of creation: birth, life, and death, past, present, and future. And that's why, in order to become magicians, we have to understand the interconnectedness of everything. And yes, understanding the three aspects, the three modes of creation, that allows us to be magicians and to create magic. And again, the Egyptian word for magic being heka, we understand that we use the ka to allow the ba to have an experience, and the kat, the physical body, is the vessel that allows us to then create magic. And with the adjustment, the biggest thing that Hecate is wanting to let us know as a final message is that we always want to have a balance between all the three aspects. And actually, all the diseases that show themselves are imbalances of the three aspects. So let's say when there is too much activity, too much fire, not being balanced, then it's creating stress or anxiety. Or for example, when there is too much tamas, then it's creating depression, or it's creating stagnancy. And then we want, in that case, if either one of the two energies are too much, we are wanting to bring in sattva to bring the balance back. So always knowing that we are balanced all the time, always knowing that all the three aspects are present all the time. And that's why it's even easier to then increase that aspect. So for example, if we are too stressed, then we just want to remind ourselves, oh, we also have sattva within ourselves. I have the capacity to be calm in this situation. And by opening up the possibility, by inviting this energy, by invoking Isis, we can then invite in more peace and more harmony and more gentleness. And that goes with everything. And this is very much how we bring in balance, and how we balance not only our lives, but how we balance all of creation. Because again, we are part of creation. And when we balance ourselves, then the whole world is also balancing. The reason why, though, we might say the world is out of balance is because we humans are out of balance. But then again, it's connected with so much more. It goes beyond only this life. It goes beyond only the physical realm. Like there is much more, there are more aspects to creation. And again, in order to understand what creation is, in order to understand our life in a balanced way, we have to get to know the three aspects. And this is very much the purpose of this video. And I'm gonna end it here. Otherwise, I'm gonna chit chat for hours and hours. But I know there are some who are more than willing to listen. But I'm gonna end it here anyway. But I will definitely talk more about the fates and the three gunas in other videos. So this was your message from Hecate. And also please remember to check out Colleen's video. You will find the link in the description box below. And also please let me know how you resonate, and also if you have any other question, anything that comes up, anything that is not clear yet, please let me know. I will try to answer your questions in other videos. And thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next reading. Bye bye, much love.